Hey there, today I want to show how I make my amigurumi candy corn. Like most amigurumi, we're going to start with the magic ring. Now you can do a magic ring with 4 stitches, 5 stitches. This one's going to have 6. We'll start with making our little slip stitch so that we can get our string started on the ring. And then we'll do 1 stitch, 2 stitches, 3 stitches, 4 stitches, 5 stitches, and 6 stitches. So these are the 6 stitches that all of our rows are going to be built on. Then we'll just pull the tail so it's nice and tight. I always like to use a different color string as my stitch marker, so we'll put a little green string in here in the last stitch where we left off so we don't lose our place. Next, we need to increase all around, so that'll be a double stitch in each of the 6 stitches. So now if I count, I have 12 single crochet stitches going all the way around. We're going to move this stitch marker over 1 and start our new row. For this row, we are going to alternate. We'll do 1 single crochet into the next stitch, and then we'll do an increase, which is 2 single crochets into the same stitch. That's 1 and 2. And we're going to repeat that for a total of 6 sets, because remember, we're still building this on our original 6 stitches from our magic ring. So that row is done. We'll move our stitch marker over. We now have 18 stitches going all the way around, and we'll start our next row. For this row, we're going to do 1 single crochet, another single crochet, and then an increase. So 2 single crochets into the same stitch. And again, we're going to repeat this 6 times, going all the way around the circle, because we're still building on that original ring. Let's move our stitch marker over. Now if we count them, we'll have 24 stitches going all the way around. And if you notice, each time it's increasing by 6, right? So we had 6, then 12, then 18, and now 24. So what we're doing now is going all the way around with single crochets. So we did 2 rows of single crochets all the way around. We didn't increase at all for those last 2 rows. So we move our stitch marker over, and this time we're going to start to make our shape a little bit smaller. So we're going to do 2 single crochets, and now we're doing a decrease stitch instead of an increase. This is the opposite. So to do that, we're going to pull our yarn through and then go into that next stitch, pull our yarn through. We're going to have 3 loops on our hook, and we're going to pull all 3 of those off the hook at the same time. Pull it nice and tight, and that's how you do your decrease. And again, because we're working on sets of 6, we have to do that same pattern 6 times all the way around until we meet back with our stitch marker all the way on the other side of the ring. And we're all the way around. We're going to pull through our stitch marker. If you counted these stitches, you would find that you have 18 stitches now, and it makes sense because we're decreasing. So we had 24, and now we only have 18. So we're switching colors. I'm going to cut my yellow string off, but I need a little bit to work with. So I'm going to give myself about 3 inches of yellow string, and I'm going to bring in my orange string for the next color on the candy corn. So I'll put the tails together, and then I have to knot the strings together nice and close up to the hook. I don't even take my hook out to do this. I want to keep it in place. I'm just going to tie both of these as close as I can get it to my hook so that I can start crocheting with the next color. So we put our tails inside, just tuck them inside the yellow part of the candy corn. And now we're ready to start crocheting with our orange string. What we're going to do is 3 rows of single crochets with the orange string. We're just doing the same thing, 3 rows of that. Single crochet into each stitch. No fancy increase or decrease on this one. Now we've gone all the way around 3 times with those single crochets. We'll pull our stitch marker through as always. And now we're going to need to start to taper that candy corn a little bit more. So that means start the decrease again. Okay, so we have 18 stitches. We're going down to 12 now, which means we're going to be stitching a single crochet. and then after that it'll be a decrease stitch, and we'll do that 6 times all the way around. It'll be a pattern of single crochet, decrease stitch, single crochet, decrease stitch, all the way around. Now that we've made it all the way around, we'll pull our stitch marker through, and it's time to switch colors for our final color for the candy corn, which is white. We'll cut off, leaving a tail about 3 inches of that orange. And again, just put those tails together and nice and tight with the hook still in the loop. We're going to make a nice tight knot right up close to the hook, and then tuck those strings inside so that we can start finishing up our candy corn with the white string. For our next row, we're using the white string to do 1 single crochet into each stitch all the way around. So right now, because we have 12 stitches going all the way around, we should have 12 white stitches when we're done. And then we'll pull our stitch marker through. We need to do 1 more row of single crochets all the way around with the white string before we start decreasing. This is a really good place to pause and start stuffing our candy corn with fluff. I use regular polyfill. It's really easy to find at Walmart. People use all kinds of different creative things like plastic bags or pieces of crumpled up paper towels, but it doesn't have to be anything too expensive or fancy. A little bit of this goes a long way though. You just fluff this to your desired firmness, and when you think you have enough in there, we'll start to decrease our stitches and close up the candy corn. Now to end this, all you do is start decreasing all the way around. I think I ended up doing about 8 decrease stitches until it closed up the hole. Now you can cut your string, and I just do a simple little slip stitch and I pull the string all the way through nice and tight. I have a little tail, but I use a plastic tapestry needle to feed that tail back through so that you don't see any of them. And then you just cut the tails off, and these are so fun to leave just like this because they're super cute. You can also add faces or stick them in a little bowl as a prop on the table for fall or Halloween. They're a lot of fun.